but it's very easy. It's very simple, and you really can't do anything wrong unless you're dumb. We're getting started. Cure between Garpy and Wolf.
Wolf, I don't know if he's gotten the intel as to how good Garpy is yet, but we'll see. Wolf did have a pretty close game here when we saw him play Firebot, so...
Garpy's actually got a pretty nice start. He got the 100 armor from the yellow, green, and shards. And he's got the Mega. He's got almost all the important weapons, still lacking the railgun. Finally got a sure.
Nice damage there from Garpy. Wolf able to
get that direct.
As well, but that direct rocket, that's going to make a huge difference right there. And Garpy's going to set up here for this Mega health. I wonder if Wolf is going to go for a rail shot. Garpy looking for that.
This is a very good call from Garpy.
Yeah.
He knew that. Of course Wolf is going to go for a rail shot, so instead of going straight for the Mega, go for the player. I guess Garpy could have also used that time to get the railgun as well, so he's still lacking that. And right now he's in the bad position.
Awkward exit there for Garpy, but he does manage to get out, still with a decent stack.
Wasn't too bad, yeah.
A good part of his stack there, yeah. Oh, nice rocket there from Wolf. That's going to even things up here.
Yellow is still up there as well. And I think Wolf is going to be quite happy just living with the weaker side of the map. He was doing that. Oh, never mind. He went for the raid.
Left the yellow up, but Garpy able to get a direct rocket there, and that's going to help him out immensely. Again, Wolf looking for a rail shot. Garpy does have the railgun this time. Trying to spam a little bit as well, and they are going to meet each other here over at the pool. No one actually landed any damage. That was interesting.
That was very little damage from Garpy with a single rocket.
Yeah, an awkward little fight there. And looks like, again, Garpy forced Wolf through that teleport and able to get himself this red armor. So Garpy on 200, finds Wolf over at the 50 health bubble, direct rocket and a rail. Can Garpy convert here? Nope. Let's Wolf get away, and Wolf must be hell of a low right now. 26 health for Wolf.
Not sure if Wolf dropped down for a 50 bubble because he should have known that Garpy's gonna leave it. Oh, he never went for it. Never went for that.
Yeah, that 50 health bubble was probably his only chance of surviving that height, but Garpy, what a rail. And Wolf actually gets an interesting spawn here, able to get the Mega. And doesn't take too much damage going for that railgun either, so not bad from Wolf. Able to land a rail, in fact.
I like how Garpy is spamming these corners a lot. Just making sure he's not gonna wait there.
I think it's a good thing too. Wolf does like to play sneaky, and he does like to play defensively, so Garpy's probably aware of that. I don't very much doubt he saw the Firebot game, but it's definitely not a bad strategy to have against someone like Wolf. There again, Wolf looking for those peak rails. He's very, very good at that. And you've always got to have your angles covered. Garpy in the meantime capping out his armor stack here. Just listening out, he knows Wolf is below him. And actually,
that is surprising.
And again, a direct rocket from Garpy. He's only got 8 health, so I very much doubt he's going to drop here.
Yeah, those 5 bubbles are going to be very tasty at this point, and the 50 might be up as well. But Wolf is guarding that, but he's taking a lot of damage. 6 health remaining on Garpy. How is he going to make it out alive?
Yeah, such a nice read from Garpy there. He knew that Wolf was probably going to try and cut him off at the 50 health bubble, so didn't drop down for it immediately. And Wolf actually ties things up here.
Yeah, finally able to catch Garpy off guard. I mean, he was left with solo for a long time, so let's expect that.
Decent little plasma spam here, but Wolf closing the distance down with that LG. And Garpy's gonna have to break away.
We should have a bet. Is Wolf gonna get this on overtime?
Well,
let's say he's gonna get it on
very
overtime.
Close game here for Wolf. I wouldn't be surprised if he... Well, I mean, obviously he's going to try and win this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he...
It's going to be overtime.
If it's still this close,
Trust
tries
me.
to force an overtime. You think so? Third overtime for today? Imagine every single Wolf game goes to an overtime.
Might go that way.
Yeah.
That way. And
Wolf sees the Mega there, but he also spotted Garpy, so he's going to think twice about going through. Yeah, he goes through the teleport and lands a direct rocket. That's going to be really nice for him. Red is up. So Wolf is just going to listen to what Garpy's doing, and he guesses correctly, but Garpy with that
it's
LG.
Not good.
Such good LG defense.
Very messy fight there, and Wolf was not able to go for that Mega. Yellow is still up as well. Like Wolf did not pick it up earlier because he already had 200.
Wolf looking for a vertical rail there. Misses the shot, unfortunately. And I wonder if Garpy's going to take this opportunity to go for the Mega Health. Yes, he does. Is he going to be in time for the red? Wolf doesn't even pick it up.
Yeah,
Could have maybe hung around for an
there was like
second,
1 or
but-
2 seconds, and he did
Yeah.
not want to risk it. I kind of like that.
And look at this, Wolf playing defensively, not going for any armors, going for damage. And I mean, I can see why all his games are going to overtimes. He's very cautious about engaging.
Oh, that was a sick rocket there by Garpy. And, well, it might be in a little bit of trouble, but Garpy's gonna be using this time to pick those major items instead of
Look at that
chasing Wolf.
again. Garpy able to pick both major items again. Wolf missing an opportunity here for that Mega.
Should be very careful at this point. Oh,
Yeah, I'm very
Looks like
surprised
Garpy also
wasn't
missed the
checking his
Mega.
back there.
oh wow.
Usually Garpy checks that angle when he drops, but Wolf is able to get some free damage there. And here we go, there's going to be another fight over at the red armor. Wolf looking to spam a few rockets. He hasn't left the area just yet. There we go, Garpy forcing him out.
These rails from Wolf are just
Yeah.
sick. He's really showing how to play the defensive rail play.
Yeah,
A lot of
he's
plus
such good
back.
at the defensive game.
Yeah, just landing those crucial shots makes it work.
And Wolf's starting to get a little bit annoying here. Good damage from him. Garpy, can he hold out in this LG battle? No, he can't. Those rails making all the difference. Garpy actually good MG off the spawn. Can he get a frag?
One
here?
more bullet.
Oh
No,
my
wait.
God,
Now
was
one more.
Wolf on 1 health.
That was
And
absolutely crazy.
Mega
Can't
is
believe
up.
it.
Wolf is actually just going to up for the 50 health bubble as Garpy makes his way over to that Mega health. One rail here will cripple Wolf. And managing to avoid damage. Very nice play from Wolf.
Oh man. And now he's back to 1 hour health. He's got plenty of armor.
And
gonna
he's
be
got
happy
his
to play his
defensive
normal
game
play.
down. I wonder if he's actually going to try and defend this lead right now. Taking a map of Garpy, taking Cure of Garpy would be a huge, huge result for Wolf.
Just has to go on an overtime first.
Yeah. Garpy listening out here. Not going for the item, just trying to get some intel. Nice dodge from Garpy. And Garpy's again going to push himself over to 200-200, and this is a really good opportunity for him to come back into this game. But we know
Wolf
just
is also
how well,
1 hard 100, so it's
yeah,
not
we
gonna
know
be an
just how
easy
well he can
push.
defend. Garpy very early for this yellow armor. I don't know why he's hanging around. He needs to head over back to the red, and he needs to do it quickly. Yeah, he's
that's
heard
a good
Wolf there.
opening
Garpy's gonna
rocket.
push her. The rockets are good, but again, Wolf's defense keeping him
And the
alive
50 is
just a
up.
second longer.
He's really using this part of the map well. Like,
Yeah.
after this fight, he's gonna restack very quickly.
Oh, look at that. Oh, what an excellently placed rocket there from Wolf, forcing Garpy to drop down. And he's actually going to go for the Mega Health right now. He needs to be careful about dropping here. Garpy with the rail, misses the follow-up, and 2 seconds until the red. Which Garpy manages to pick up safely, but that was a very intense fight. Garpy
Oh,
opens with a
good.
direct rocket,
Yet again.
and there we go.
he's gonna be
Garpy
able to
clutching
play the
that
game.
rail. Just
Alright,
keeping his crosshair fixed on Wolf's escape path there, and Garpy again tying things up here, and looks like we might be getting an overtime as we head into
We
the
will
last
get
minute
an
and a half
overtime.
of this game. Wolf certainly knows how to keep it close. Garpy actually opts to rocket jump for the Mega there, a bit late on the weapon switch.
Good damage there by Wolf, though. I mean, he took a lot of damage as well, but he gets his escape first, so he gets to keep those defensive angles again.
I think he was rather fortunate that Garpy took so long to switch weapon there.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have stuck around that long if he saw Garpy switch earlier.
Alright guys, last 45 seconds of this game. Can either player take the win? Or are we going to see yet another overtime here for Wolf?
Garpy's actually moving silent just to get the opportunity to catch
Oh,
him
nice
with the
little
guard.
drive-by from Garpy. He actually gets railed onto the Mega Health. Wolf helping him out a little bit there. And again, Garpy not actually going for that red armor, just looking
He
for
just
Wolf.
wants to catch Wolf somewhere.
He knows that Wolf is trying to catch him out as well with some sneaky angles, and Garpy just looking out for that. There we go. Wolf picking up that yellow armor, does take a rail. Garpy, is he going to be able to cut him off here? Wolf they see each other for a second there, and Garpy just wants to top up his rail ammo before going on the hunt again.
3 seconds.
Yeah, and looks like he called it. Called another overtime. And I think Wolf is going to kick himself if he loses this in overtime again.
I mean, it just has to go that way. It went that way in the past 2 games as well.
Nice angle there from Garpy. A pity he missed. But Garpy on 200, so Wolf is not in a good place here as we... 30 seconds into this overtime already. Nice little bit of spam there from Garpy. 3 seconds until the red. Garpy looks for a direct rocket again, doesn't manage to connect this time, and Wolf actually gets away without taking any damage.
Yep, and Garpy's gonna be able to stack himself to full 200 again.
Yeah.
And now he's...
What's Wolf stack on? Wolf is on 100, so he's not looking too bad, but yeah, definitely doesn't want to get into a fight just yet, or at least he wants to, you know, maybe pull off a few more of those sneaky rails that we know he can.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point Garpy has to get a full 200 and starts waiting somewhere, like on a teleport exit or something, and waits until Wolf accidentally runs into him.
I'm very sure that Garpy's gonna look to do that. Something he knows like that Wolf is being very sneaky right now. He knows that he's being very quiet. Looks like Garpy already setting up a trap here, looking to cut him off with the yellow.
So he kind of has an idea where Wolf was, and again Wolf going for this very annoying rail right after Garpy.
That's exactly what Wolf needs to do. Actually, he needs to keep landing shots like that. And again, Raid is up on the spot, but Garpy knows that Wolf is around, and again Wolf is just gonna break away from the fight. He actually went up the jump pad there, and this is a good opportunity for Garpy to cut him off at the yellow. Is Wolf gonna go for it? He sees a little bit of Wolf there, but Wolf is not gonna be able to go for the item. Yeah.
The amount of plus back coming from Wolf is incredible.
Yeah. I'm actually going to switch to Wolf and just see how he plays this. 10 seconds before we get into overtime number 2. Wolf plus backing for his life right now. There we go. Again with the annoying rails. Takes one in exchange. And... oh, look at that. Free damage for Wolf there.
Well, he did land it before Garpy took the Mega, so he's still on the full 200 health. And now on full 200 armor again.
And Wolf again managed to build himself back up to 100. So, you know, he's losing health here and there, but he's managing to keep his stack at least somewhat steady. And again, Wolf manages to get away here. Using those teleporters well. Definitely knows how to run on this map, knows how to position himself, just so he's got a plan B, you know. Wolf always has an escape route, which I think is good. Nice direct rocket there. But again, Garpy replying with the rail, so again, it's just a stalemate.
Okay, this is good damage once again. Maybe Garpy is gonna find an opportunity where Wolf accidentally runs into him. I mean, that's the most common thing you see when people go this long plus back. At some point, they accidentally run into the opponent, and that's when things go wrong. Wolf is having a hard time getting back in the game as well.
Yeah. His armor stack has taken a bit of a knock right now, and again, Garpy gets that mega health. He's just gonna hang around here, and I think he's given his position away, but he's just gonna loop back around. And Garpy, oh, what a trap here from Garpy, leaving up that red armor and giving himself a frag.
Just before
30 seconds before the fourth overtime as well. When Wolf doesn't have any weapons, Garpy should be able to get this frag and secure it, and he does so in style. What a nice vertical rail there, and that's going to be the GG. And Wolf, again, taking it to 2 overtimes, and again, just losing in overtime. He's going to really kick himself here. He was playing so well, but I think maybe in the end it's just too passive. I don't know, he had some opportunities to, you know, deal damage and put in a little bit of aggression, but I think maybe just a little bit too passive in these overtimes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. He's just counting all in on that plus back play, and when Garpy has the full control, he has like all the time for the items, so he can just keep going forever and forever, and Wolf is not landing enough damage to kind of shift that.
And you know, Garpy did exactly what we